Hello and welcome. We're here at the Reuters India Investment Summit, and we have with us today Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, Chairman and Managing Director at Biocon. Welcome, Mr. Shaw. I was hoping we could talk about Insupen, which you launched last month. How are the sales progressing so far? Are they within your expectations?
Well, first and foremost, it's early days yet, but we've had an overwhelming response to our pens, and I think it's absolutely on track, if not slightly ahead of what our forecast was. And I think this is going to really play a very important role in our whole Insugen strategy, because I think what we were missing in our Insugen and Basalog products was the fact that we didn't have a device, and that certainly was giving us a little bit of handicap in that sense. And I think from that point of view, I think this is going to only enable us to garner greater and greater market share as we go forward. In terms of the second half of this year, I think we remain committed to keeping this growth momentum going. Sure, there are challenges because the rupee is just racing away in terms of its dollar parity, which is positive in terms of our export earnings, but certainly cost of goods in terms of material cost is going to increase as well, because we are importing a lot of raw materials, so it is going to impact us in that way. And in terms of our novel programs, we are in ongoing discussions to partner some of these very valuable assets. So overall, I think we are pretty excited with what we are seeing, and I think we are quite positive on making sure that the next half also delivers well for us. But I really think that we're now sort of creating the springboard, but I really think the true traction will happen when we first license our assets, the novel assets, when we see the insulins and the biosimilar mAbs actually accessing global markets in a significant way, and that is really after patent expiration, which is really going to take place effectively post 2015. So at this point of time, I think you're going to see good steady growth, but the real sort of high growth is going to take place over the next 5 years.
If you could talk specifically about your oral insulin drug, could you give us some update on the progress Biocon has made in finding any potential partners for this drug?
Well, as you know, the only endpoint that we really missed was the HbA1c endpoint, because all other endpoints, secondary endpoints, were met. And obviously, when a primary endpoint is not met, there will be greater due diligence as to why this was not done. Having said that, I think we do have a few very, very interested potential partners. We are engaging in discussions with them. All going well, we should be able to engage one of them as a partner. And we are, obviously there will be some development work that will need to be done before we really get the big bucks. I'm hoping that we will be able to strike something this fiscal.
There's also been talk about possible IPO for your Syngene unit. With global markets in such turmoil, could we perhaps see something in the near term or medium term, or do you think that this might be pushed forward?
I don't think we have any plans to push it forward. I think we've talked about the next 12 to 18 months. So we're hoping that by next fiscal, the end of next fiscal, that would be the sort of timing for us to go to the market. I believe that the recent trends we are seeing in externalization of R&D only adds to this, this particular sector, and we believe that companies like Syngene and Clinigene are beneficiaries of this trend. Having said that, we will certainly start preparing for an IPO in the stated time that I just mentioned, and we remain committed to that.
Optima recently raised its sales projections for phytomoxicin. What kind of boost does Biocon expect from this?
Well, being the sole suppliers of the API, obviously any forecast that they enhance will obviously benefit us. I would really say that fidaxomicin is a good product. We need to see how it pans out in global markets. I think they've had a very successful launch in the US. I know that Astellas, who is their marketing partner in Europe and other parts of the developed world, is also getting ready to launch it, and that only means that it will be an added opportunity for us.
All right, that's about all the questions I have. Thank you very much, Mrs. Shaw.
Thank you.